Hey guys, this is Brent Abernathy. Welcome to the Family First Life Gulf Coast team training call on Monday afternoon. Hope everybody had a great weekend and is ready to get this week kicked off right. I have got a special guest with us today, and I'm going to do my best to get out of the way and let him talk. But got Evan Melcher with us, and I have Evan on today specifically because we're coming down to the end of the year. And Evan's been with us since February of last year and sold almost 500 grand in personal production last year, his first 10 months in the business. And he's going to be right around 600 grand this year by the end of the year. And also has an agency, did about, I think, $654,000 worth of business last month. So it's always been consistent growth, consistent work. And I think Evan's mindset as far as goals and how important those are coming down towards the end of the year, it's a great time to reflect on how this year went and what we're going to strive for in 2022, as individuals, and, what we can get better at, what we did great, all that sort of stuff. So, dude, I'm proud of you. Like I said, I do want to get out of the way on this a little bit and let you roll, but talk a little bit about, this past year and what you feel like you and your group has done good and great, and also some of the things you want to improve on and goals that you guys have, and just the importance of an individual having goals, because you've been the most consistent person we've had for 2 straight years. And so just talk a little bit about that. Okay, bud?
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for having me. And thanks for that.
And before you start, I as we're talking about consistency and goals, I forgot to mention that you're on the road right now, as we're recording this, on the road, driving about 7 hours, from running appointments the past couple of days. So I appreciate you taking the time. I know that car that you got will drive itself. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that extra 5K, by the way.
You got it. You earned it. You earned it, buddy. You earned it.
But yeah, I mean, my biggest thing that I've always thought has helped with being consistent in any aspect of my life is not just the business specifically, is like kind of looking at things day by day, week by week, month by month, and almost like starting over. Like, I know at the end of our weekly submit, it's like, okay, awesome, I just submitted 15 grand, but now I'm literally back at zero. And so what do I got to do to get back to where I ended? And not only, well, let me backtrack a little bit. So I think that you can also get caught up in doing that too much, where you're looking at the week by week, but also we don't give ourselves enough credit, taking a step back, look at, well, we've accomplished this, but what can we do to get to the next level? I don't know. I don't really think I have any great advice for this topic other than just setting your goals big and, dude, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You always have done a great job of keeping things very simple, right? And I think that's one of the reasons you've had a lot of the success that you do. But like, I don't, and maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know, but take yourself back a year ago, right? You were just finishing up your first 10 months with us and heading into 2021. I mean, do you remember some of the goals that you had set for as individually, personally, in the business, out of the business, team wise? I mean, do you remember kind of where your head was at there? Because I'm sure whatever those goals are, because you said, something about stretch, setting goals that you can reach for and achieve and strive for and things like that. I mean, do you remember kind of where you were at last year?
I mean, I feel like I use like competitive nature of myself to an advantage. Setting goals specifically for myself, but then also, keeping my eyes looking around the leaderboards, whether it's agency or whether it's, personal producers, and in like a friendly competitive way, right? Because like I want to see other people win and succeed, but at the end of the day, it's like I want to be on the top of the leaderboard, and I want to beat those people that say like they've been around longer than me, and it's like, I want to get them next month or whatever the case is. Competitive nature, I think try to use to your advantage. And I don't know. I think specific goals, I just knew that I wanted to increase my production from what I did last year to this year. And an agency, obviously, just always want to grow. I don't really think I had a specific goal in mind.
Yeah. And you guys have consistently grown throughout the year, but dude, you made a good point about using competitive nature. It's like, and I'll just give an example. Like Kiefer's part of your group and your agency, and you guys each want each other to win, right? But sometimes we have to play little mind games with ourselves, and you make little bets or little wagers, or just again to bring out that competitive. If you allow yourself to watch leaderboards and look at people that are ahead of you, whether it's personal production or team side, and chase them, right? What it does is it puts the focus on, where you want to go instead of how you feel right now. So you're always, progressing and trying to get better every day. And that's the thing. And I don't think enough people do that, man. I would advise, because I know, like you said, there's certain people that you have blown by from an agency standpoint. Your group Compassion has blown by them this year, and it's not an accident. It's because you're paying attention to that stuff, and you're not running from it. It's okay if you're not as high on a leaderboard as you want to be, or if you're not where you want to be on your production or team side, whatever. But it's almost like embrace where you're at right now. But hey, where do I want to go? That's the only way to get there, And I think the real problem comes in, dude, is if you don't do that type of stuff, right? Is if you just kind of go through every day and go through the motions, and you're really not chasing after something, an end goal. And then once you get to that end goal, then you set new visions, new goals, things like that. Does that make sense? Yeah. Have your goals changed, the way you see yourself, the way you see your business? Has it changed throughout this year? Because it's been a big year for you. Has it changed kind of with the amount of people you got in your group now, and just how you see yourself as a leader, as an individual?
Yeah, I think, my very specific producer goals, I'm not hitting this year. But, it's been a learning experience, big time, as far as trying to learn how to manage a bigger group, and, try to do what I can, spend more time making sure that, my agents are set up in the best way possible. So yeah, things have changed, and I think, it was a little bit of a learning curve to kind of start embracing that, and to start, realizing that, I can't be so focused on one thing. I got to start, opening it up and taking a step back, and not be selfish, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. It makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. And as time goes on, no matter whether it's a brand new agent that's listening to this, or whether it's somebody who's been around for 4 years, as time goes on, every day that goes by, every week that goes by, you change as a person. You grow as a person. At least you should be. If you're not, well, then you need to make some changes, and you need to focus on that type of stuff. But you should be trying to get better every single day. And and the focus changes. I've always said, and always noticed that what you focus on expands, right? So it's like, if I want to get in better shape, well, I need to focus on that, not only getting in the weight room, but also what I eat, all that sort of stuff, and exercising properly. It's the same thing in this business. Whatever you focus on is going to expand. If you want to focus on getting better on the telephone and booking more appointments, well, obviously you got to work at it. Like, that should be your main focus. If you want to focus on, that's why we're talking about goals, dude. It's like, if you set your sight on, so you guys did 652, 654 last month, it's like you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve, but you got to set a sight. You got to set your sight on something, because all the time you're going to be moving towards that. And, I mean, do you have any idea? I know we're down in Boca. It was good to get to see you. It was a great meeting we had in Kansas City this past week with a lot of the team. And I know we were in Boca before that. And I know personally, it's like, this is one thing that Sean's always done, is he's always set big goals for us as a company. And, we are by far and away the number one IMO in the entire country. And, we're going to do, I don't know, 400 million in life, and a couple hundred million in annuities, and Sean wants to do $850 million in life next year, and, 150 million in annuities for a total of 1 billion. And that seems like a huge number, right? But it's one thing he's always done, is he's always set those stretch goals. And I know us as the Gulf Coast agency, for us to help the company and to help, Family First Life get to that point, well, we've got to grow at 107% growth rate, because that's what Sean's anticipating and projecting the company to grow at. So if we grow at anything over 107% growth rate, then we're doing our part to help the company grow. Does that make sense? And so, like, for you, I mean, what sort of goals do you have? Have you thought about it going into the, 2022, of, when you want to hit $1 million, where you want to be at the end of the year, total production for the year, that type of stuff?
Yeah, I think, we'll do $1 million a month for the first time in March. And then I think we can really push to be at $2 million a month by the end of the year. And, myself personally, I'm really been trying to, concoct a game plan to make sure that, I can still be a Hall of Fame producer next year, and not use the excuse of, we're growing and I got other things going on. Just trying to not be complacent. And I think that the biggest thing, like how I feel like I've personally always wanted more to keep going, and how we've always gotten better and whatnot, is the the productivity of every single day by day. I know I personally, if I were to wake up on a Monday and get out of bed at 10 o'clock, get to the office at 11, like, the rest of my day would just, like, I would just feel like crap, about myself, really. So that's one thing that I've always just really honed in on, not even just for the business aspect of it, but even, like the mental part of it. Just do the right things. And when you continue to do the right things over and over again, you're just forcing yourself to get better, with all of it. I don't really think you can backtrack by doing the right things every single day, not putting things off, like fitness wise. I go run 9 or 10 appointments on a Friday. I get back to my hotel at 8 o'clock, and I grab a quick bite to eat, take my pre-workout, and I go to the gym. And I get in bed, by 11, and wake up the next morning at 6:30 and go run another full day of appointments. I don't know.
It's discipline. It's discipline, and it's very easy. It's very easy to become complacent. And to be quite honest with you, man, I see it happening with some people, right now, and it's okay. It's just, I think it's just important to acknowledge it. That's one thing that we as a company have never been is complacent. But the one thing you have to understand is we got people. There's a lot of people on this call right now listening to this that are making more money than they've ever made before in their lives, and so it's very easy to, like you said, not have that same discipline, get up early in the morning, go to work. Why? Because you don't have to, because you got more money in your account than you've ever had before. But, those little things that you're talking about, the discipline, that's what keeps you going. And that's what keeps you moving forward. That's what keeps you on task. And you're not really working. You're just doing the work and having the structure and the discipline about your schedule. You're not using your bank account as a I guess a barometer for what you're going to do as far as your activity, right? You don't look at your account. You just do the same activity basically every single week.
Yep. Discipline was the word I was looking for. I couldn't think of. Yeah. We typically do that. We back each other up pretty good on that stuff. So yeah, but no, I mean, to add on to that, you said I don't really like base off my bank account, and that's true. It's like the point that I'm at now. I mean, I've got weeks where financially, like bank account wise, they're a lot better than the week before, but like right here, it doesn't really change because I know that if I did the same things every single week, discipline wise, that it's gonna just level out and be okay. But yeah, discipline was the word I was trying to say in the beginning, and I was like stumbling on my words many times. Yeah, thanks.
You got it, bro. It's crazy, and dude, as you're talking, I'm just thinking about it. It's like I know what you've done from a money standpoint, and I know how many more people you're helping right now, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like you don't have to be on the road driving 7 hours right now. And after running 2 days worth of appointments in Iowa, and you're driving back to Wisconsin right now, and but there's families down there that needed to be helped, and we don't have anybody in that area right now, and until somebody really starts rip roaring down in that area and can go help those people quickly. I mean, somebody's got to do it, and it's like, why not go help some people, make a bunch of money doing it, and just keep moving forward? Because you could just be up in Wisconsin. You could have gone right back to Wisconsin from the Kansas City meeting, but you chose not to. And that's a big thing with you too, dude. Talk a little bit real quick on accountability, because there's a lot of people, dude, that'll say, hey, I'm going to do this, or here's my goal, or this is what my plans are going to be this week. This is what my schedule is going to be, whatever. And something comes up, or they don't feel right one day or whatever, and they move away from that, and they're not accountable to that schedule, what they say they're going to do. And it'd be very easy for you because you don't have to be accountable to it. We're all independent contractors, but talk a little bit about just being accountable to what you say you're going to do, because you always have been that way. Work's never been an issue, but it's also, I mean, if you say you're going to run a call, you run a call. If you say you're going to go run appointments, you go run appointments. If you say you're going to be somewhere, you're going to be somewhere. That type of deal. You answer your phone, things like that. Talk a little bit about being accountable, because that's a huge part to achieving goals is being accountable to yourself and to those goals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I gotta try to at least be close to keeping up with all these producers that have been, but honestly, like, this might be kind of harsh, but I don't know how people can say they're going to do something and then not do it. Like, I literally can't like live with myself not going through with like plans, and I don't know. It's like a weird way to say it, but and I also obviously know that your momentum in this business is so key. And when you have goals and you need to be accountable to hit them. And maybe you take off a weekend that you planned on, being a big weekend for you, everything just starts to fall apart. And I think understanding that is key. And I think I would like to think people all understand that, because we talk about it all the time. But it's real, the momentum that you kill by also letting yourself and then also, when you break the accountability, the discipline, it's easier to break it next time. And if you don't catch that, I think that's another really, really fast, easy way of how people start to fall apart in this business.
That's a great point. I mean, it's very easy to this. I can go back to the working out in the gym analogy. If you lay out, if you're working out, trying to get in shape, and I don't feel that great today, I'm just going to kind of, chill out. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat a bunch of Twinkies and, do whatever and just eat junk. I mean, it's very easy the next day to do the same thing and to fight that urge to not be accountable to it. So it's all huge stuff, dude. And like I said, coming down to the end of the year, I think it's big for everybody to assess where they're at. I think it's big for everybody to write goals down. Don't just say it. Don't just think about it. Write something down. Put it on paper. Put it in front of you. Put it at your office, on your desk, on your mirror, in your bathroom, something that you're going to see on your dashboard if you're driving around a bunch. Have it in front of you all the time. Those are just little tricks, little things you can do to keep you on task and keep you accountable to yourself and to your family and all the people that we've got to help. Because, I mean, as 2021 wraps up and is coming to a close, we had an unbelievable year, 2021. As a Gulf Coast agency, as a company nationwide, Family First Life, it's been an awesome year. But the reality of it is we're really just getting started. We've got so much more to do. I know Sean Mike ain't taking his foot off the gas. I know Integrity's not taking their foot off the gas. I know that we're not going to take our foot off the gas because we've got so much more to accomplish and so many more people to help. It's exciting, man. It's an exciting time, but you do need to take that time to reflect and put stuff down on paper to give you those goals for 2022. I know, and I'll just share, our team goals. I mean, we've got lofty team goals. We're going to do just over $130 million in paid business in 2021. And our goal for 2022 is $280 million. So it's more than doubling. It's $280 million. And, I have a goal also. I mean, that's the thing about this business, dude. Whether you're selling insurance, whether you're helping, you're managing people, mentoring people, coaching people, whatever you want to call it, it's always about helping somebody. And the person who helps the most people wins. And, it's like goals can be like, my goals are an overall team, but also how many more people can we help? How much more money can we donate? How much more money can we give back to agents? That's how Sean's always built Family First Life, is giving back. And, how much can we give back? How many more people, I have a goal of by the end of 2022, we have at least 3 people within the agency that are either closed with Integrity and have their own partnerships with Integrity, or they're at least at the table, talking to them. And that's life-changing type of stuff, but if we don't think that way, if we don't have that vision, if we don't continue to strive to get better, then, I mean, really, what are we doing? It's like, you can always get better. I don't care how good you are at anything or how good we've been. There's plenty of things we got to get better at. And I think the complacency is one of them, dude. I mean, I really do. And that's on me, quite frankly. If we have people getting complacent and just being happy with how things are going, it's like, to me, that you had a hard time putting it in words earlier. Like, to me, I don't understand the mentality or the thought process of, let's just be okay with existing, or let's just be okay with being okay. I don't understand that. I never have. And so you got anything else to add to that, bro? I know you're driving and it looks like it's getting dark, and I don't want that smart car that you got to have any problems.
Yeah, I think I heard this on a podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, and he said that every time somebody congratulates him about the success they've had or where he's at as a business owner or whatnot, it almost it ticks him off a little bit, because of, at the end of the day, he's just, we're just scratching the surface, and we have so much more to grow and so much more to do. And yeah, we may have had a good year, but I still look back on it and I'm like, wow, we really could have done a lot of things differently to get to where we're at faster. So I guess not taking too much credit for, for things that you've done. Yep.
Things are never as good as you think they are, and they're never as bad as you think they are. It's what I've learned in this business, and we're going to keep pushing, keep moving forward. I appreciate you, dude. What you've done for 2 years and how consistent you've been, how many people you're helping right now, and giving back on that front. But I appreciate you, just your consistency and your accountability to your goals, your accountability to your team, your lack of complacency. It hasn't come full circle yet, but I feel like 2022 is going to be a big year where you're going to really see how it's not going to only impact your future, but it's going to also impact what you've set up for you and your team the last 2 years. It's going to really impact. You're going to see it this year, impacting a lot of people that mean the world to you and that you care about, and their lives are going to financially change forever. Starting in 2022. So I appreciate what you do for the team, and also hopping on, and sharing while you're driving home too. I appreciate that. Okay.
Thanks for having me. Let's get better every day.
You got it, bro. Hey, listen, guys, Christmas week. I won't talk to everybody before then. Hope everybody has an awesome Christmas day. With your friends, with your family, loved ones. It's obviously a special day, and get out there today, Monday, and dial like crazy. Run as many appointments leading up to Christmas as you can possibly run. If you are having a hard time scheduling people, get more leads. This time of year, you need more leads. Because of scheduling issues or whatever. But get out there and get your production done. Get some policies submitted, help some families so you can really enjoy the Christmas holiday, with your loved ones. So appreciate all you guys. Love being in business with you guys. And Evan, be careful driving home the rest of the way, brother. I appreciate you. Okay.
Thanks. Talk later.
Bye, bud. Bye.